Hiya folks, so I had a little bit of time from work today and I came to visit this castle in Cardiff called Raglan Castle. So we're going to go in and have a little look around, see what the story is with it. It's a bit blustery, so I hope you can hear me. So I've just paid in at the gate. It's like €10 for an adult, and we're going to go in now and have a little look through the gates. Beautiful, big, majestic entrance to the place. There's actually a moat going around the castle too. No water in it anymore, obviously, but I'll just take you over so you can see. Well, there is actually still a little bit of water in it. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, a lot of this piece is gone. But the entrance, that entrance, goodness. Let's go have a little walk in. The moat is just amazing because in Ireland you don't see a lot of castles that still have a moat around them like this. Yeah, very difficult to get up there and attack it. Some of the original glass and everything's still in the windows, as you can see. And again, there would have been a little bit of a drawbridge here to get you across. They've boarded it up now. Where the portcullis would have went, straight up above me there. There's really not a lot left, it's all ruins really, but it's pretty neat. Maybe we'll go in here first. So some of this castle is still here, some of it. Looking in here. This is into one of the towers. I believe that would have been the shitter, if I'm not mistaken. Probably. Yep. Yep. Look at the thickness of those walls. At least 2 meters nearly thick. You're not going to penetrate them too easily. Nothing down on another piece of moat there. Let's go back out and see what else there is. I nearly forgot to take in the beautiful fireplace. Let's go out into this amazing courtyard with all of the original cobblestones and everything that would have been there. Check this out. Isn't that amazing? And it's all, you can't really see it, but it's all scaped so that the water would go to these tracks and get away, just like you would do something today where a thing is piped. Look at these windows, all the beautiful stuff in here, what's left of it. Can you imagine how many years it took to build all this with walls 2 meters thick? Yeah, I'm very impressed by it all. Let's go over and have a look here. What are they? I'm not quite sure what that might have been in there. I'm not quite sure what that is in the middle of the place. But we'll have a look. All sorts of weird keys and stuff. I don't know what they're about. Oh, it's a form of instrument. It's just for entertainment purposes, really, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. Pretty cool. I think I'm going to head for that main door there. This would have been another massive fireplace. I haven't went through that other door, by the way. It's still back there. We'll go in this room. Must have been a stairway up to the tower at some stage. It's kind of all gone now. Size of that fireplace. Huge. This, I believe, was the blacksmith's or something like that. Maybe the kitchen. No, this was the kitchen. As you can see, I'll just walk into the fireplace here and look up. It's all blocked off. You can see that would have been open at some stage. And this in the corner, I have no idea what that might have been for. There's no chimney on it or anything. It's just a big hole in the wall. No idea. Maybe for candles or something to give light. No idea. But nice. I think this might have been up into the tower. No, blocked off. Doesn't do anything now.
Like to look? Your workplace.
My workplace?
Your workplace.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, yeah, okay.
Back outside. There's kind of a cellar here. I'll wait till these people come back up. We'll have a look. We'll just wait. I'll take a wee walk down here, see what's down here. And it's just another basement sort of room. Probably a cellar. Cellar for wine or something like that. 2 windows. Great big hole there. Don't know what that is above it. I thought there was writing on that stone, but I don't think there is now that I look at it. But that's that. That's all that's down here. But there's these like maybe holes for cannons, maybe for the look. I mean, if you come over here, I mean that could be a hole for a cannon or something. And there's a few of them dotted round. Probably vantage point. Right, let's go back up the stairs. What a sight when you come back up. Right, let's go for this door here. So we're just after going through that door there, and this was the heart of the house. This would have been the main sort of hall area, and you can still see the crest up on the wall here. But wait till you see these beautiful windows. Check that out. That class or what? Of course, there's a wall probably missing here now, which would have been there. And there was a little door going down into something there, so there was. There's all sorts. Oh, let's go down. Let's see what's in it. Oh, this one goes on a little bit. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Obviously they're put there for show. But this obviously would have been the dungeon then. Place where people got locked up. Yeah, it's got all these cells, these little rooms. And bars would have been on the window. There's 2 bars missing there now, and a couple of bars missing from there as well. So there would have been 4 bars on that window and 2 going across here. Still, in my opinion, not that difficult to get out of if you're not tied up. And this was open. There's no sign of any chimneys ever being here. And you've got in this place the original lime on the walls. This is the way the whole castle would have been at one stage. All this lime would have been covering all of the stone, everything. And over here, we've got a picture, whatever that's all about, and a little pump for eel or whatever it was, which I think's pretty cool. Give you a wee shot of that. Yeah. Right, let's get out of here and go back up. I have to say this house would have been absolutely very impressive in its day. When you can imagine this stonework all been in white. It would have been all white, lime washed plaster. You can see that some of it's still existing on the walls here. In Ireland, most of the time, this lime's all gone. You can actually see some of the horsehair in that there. You see? So they've tried to preserve it as best they can there. You would have had another room up here. That's the floor above me, and another floor above that. It's always very hard to make this sort of things out, and the way things might have been when a lot of the walls are missing and the floors are missing. But I'd say with that window there, that would have been a magnificent room from up the top there. Definitely so. And there's more. We've been over that direction, but I didn't see myself going in there, strangely enough. Let's go in here. Another stairwell down into the underside of the castle. Let's have a look. Strong breeze coming up here. Cobblestones, so that means it wasn't part of the inside of the house. This probably would have been maybe coming from a stables or something, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of like another basement sort of room. You can see a lot of the walls gone there. Looks like it might have had a flat roof. Flat roof of some description. Way up there, look at those. And wait till you see the view off the back of this room. And this is the lowest room. Check that out. Isn't that beautiful English countryside? Welsh countryside, sorry, I better not say English. Yeah, I don't know if the Welsh take as much offence as maybe some of the Irish would. For the next piece. So let's go out into this little courtyard and see what's out here. Coming from the Great Hall. So this is where this leads out onto then. And it's another big sort of square. This originally would have been a wall here, going across, and there would have been a room in there. It's just a shame there's so many walls missing. Nothing to see in here really. Not even sure what this might have been. Maybe a stairwell at some stage. When I'm looking at that wall, it doesn't fill me full of confidence that it's going to be standing for much longer. Nice big doors and everything. Let's have a little look over here. There's at least one of the stairwells still existing. That's this one. And it's gone way up there, so I think we'll have a little walk up there and see what we get. This may have been rebuilt for tourists, but I don't think so. I mean, those railings look pretty original to me. The stairs are not heavily worn, and then you come in and they are heavily worn here, so they're probably put here for tourists, but these are original. And this is going up into sort of a tower. There's a switch here, so it would have been very difficult for someone to run up here if they weren't used to it. You can see just how worn the steps are. And we're up on, not on top of one of the towers because the top level doesn't exist anymore, but it would have been a room. There's a fireplace here. These are the windows. Windy up here. Just looking down into that courtyard we were just in, and I never spotted this, but there's a lovely statue piece left just there with bits of original lead around it and everything. And we've got, this is apparently what it would have looked like, maybe. Take a good look at that. Raglan Castle was one of the finest residences in the country, with elaborate gardens, landscaping and parkland on all sides. So there you go. It's a far cry from that now, but it's still very impressive in size. Let's have a look round the back here. Oh, we're up some height now. Can you imagine somebody trying to get you from there with an arrow or bow and arrow or something? They'd have a hard time. You can see for miles, absolute miles you can see for. Yeah, so we're going to go through the main entrance here now, out onto the front where the moat is. And this is going to sort of half conclude our little tour here. I'm running out of time. I only stopped off because I had a little bit of time after work. Here's the moat for you, and the remainders of a significant tower, which would have been the same height as this, but it's long gone. Still very impressive to look at. We'll have a little walk down there in a minute. Check that out. Isn't that amazing? Proper castle. I mean, we've got hundreds of castles in Ireland. Well, we call them castles. They're just really, they're only like a square tower. This is proper castle, like, in my opinion. Ireland does have a few proper castles, but a lot of them are just lookout towers and things like that. Some most left over from the Pale, actually. There's a cool little wagon there. So we'll go have a little walk along the moat here, and then that'll finish our little visit for today. And I have to head for the airport. So there you go. Here's the moat again. There was actually two. There was one on the inside here, and then there was another one on the outside of the walls, which is seldom enough to even see a moat, but to see two of them in the one spot. He must have upset a lot of people if he needed that amount of protection. So we'll just have a little walk here, and then that'll finish our tour. You can just see how much of the walls are missing here. Like, that's a tower. Would have been probably the same height as that, and maybe even taller. I'm just amazed that the moat still exists, even. You can see some kids standing on the edge of the moat there in one of the windows. Wonder if anyone ever fell in. Just amazing. I mean, if you wanted to get lost in this place when it was in one piece, I'd say you could easily hid for days before anyone would find you. That amount of rooms in it and stuff really had a serious amount of rooms. And you can see that there was changes made over the years, because there's a tower there and it looks like it's older than the rest, and it's had a window blocked in. You can just see it nearly up the top there. My camera's picking it up. So there we are. Lovely little walk around the moat. I wonder if they were to dredge that, what sort of things they'd find in it. I'd say there'd be quite a few things they could find in it. And you see the drainage channels actually, so the water travels underneath the castle, so it does. I don't know where the water's coming from for it. And then you had this here like tunnel thing. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, looks like that's as far as I can go. Let's go under these ropes. Another interesting point I want to point out as a building surveyor myself, see all the little round holes on the bottom of the structure there. You can see one there, another one with a cable coming out of it. And I've been wondering all day what them wee holes before. I showed you some of them from the inside of a cellar part of the castle there earlier. And I can only assume it's to drain away water out of the walls or something, or from the street above different levels. But I'd be very, very interested to know if anyone knows a lot about castles, what you thought they were for. I thought maybe they were for cannons earlier, but now I've changed my mind on that. But it's amazing to see still some of the original glass still in the windows, and it's just a real shame of the shape that the castle is now in. Anyway, folks, that concludes our visit for the day. I just thought I'd give you a quick look at Raglan Castle in Wales. Nice spot to visit. It's only a tenner in per adult, and nice way to spend a half an hour or an hour walking around. Plus there's lovely lawns here and things. Have a little picnic or whatever. There you go, guys. Well, that's that, guys. I'm ready to head for the airport. Just wasting a bit of time. I'll give you one last look before we leave. There you go, from the car park. Impressive building. Catch you later.